Obasanjo identifies the only area where Tinubu is challenging Buhari. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has said the Bola Tinubu administration is currently the only one competing with that of late President Muhammadu Buhari in terms of inefficiency. No be small. As reported by Daily Trust on Monday, August 25, Chief Obasanjo made the remark in his new book, Nigeria, Past and Future, one of two publications he launched in March to mark his 88th birthday. Tinubu competing with Buhari in inefficiency. Leadership also noted Obasanjo's stance. In the first chapter, from the beginning till now, the missing key, Obasanjo reviewed Nigeria's leaders since independence in 1960, positing that Buhari's administration was the worst civil administration regime in the nation's history. He wrote, "Only Bola Tinubu's administration seems to be competing with Buhari for now." Furthermore, the octogenarian recalled how Buhari had once described Shehu Shagari's government as corrupt, self-serving, and rudderless, only to return years later as a democratically elected president without addressing the problems he had identified. Obasanjo queried, "Words are cheap," and what needed to be done was left undone during Buhari's civil administration from 2015 to 2023. The worst civil administration so far in Nigeria's history. Maybe those ideas and thoughts were not his. He just read them as written for him. Otherwise, how do you explain the gulf between what he said then and how he governed later? It is not the first time that Obasanjo will criticize the Buhari and Tinubu administration. In November 2024, the president responded to Obasanjo over the former president's criticism of President Tinubu's administration, saying the former president was not an ideal leader to emulate. It also asked the former president to reflect on the missed opportunities during his time in leadership. Obasanjo, in a paper he presented at Chinua Achebe Leadership Forum, Yale University, in the United States, recently described Nigeria's under President Tinubu as a failing state. He also criticized Buhari, whom he called Baba Go-Slow, a euphemism for sluggishness. But in reaction, President's spokesman Bayo Onanuga said Obasanjo's habit of casting aspersion on every subsequent administration has devolved into a recurring pastime, overshadowing the expectation of an elder statesman to join a constructive dialogue on attaining national progress. Onanuga, you no go reply ke. Earlier, Legit NG reported that Obasanjo described the immediate past president, Buhari, as a patriot who tried his best in the quest to give the country needed progress and development. But he still be Baba Go-Slow now. Tizwe Mufta says, did Obasanjo take Nigeria to the promised land within his 8 years? Any answers or explanation about the $16 billion power project? You go ask Taya. Oche says Bayo Onanuga is a failed old man already, together with his president and APC. We don't know who will become president now, but Tinubu and APC must leave Abuja to Lagos. No thanks. Hey, it is well. Asuko says Obasanjo the king of Nigeria. At least, if he didn't do anything for our country, he created some offices. Those in government today uses it to retaunt their opponents politically. That's EFCC, ICPC, NDLEA, among others. He fought for Nigeria's debt forgiveness from around the world, and he succeeded. Obasanjo is a great leader. What Nigeria is passing now is a nightmare. It is well. At Sunday, Onose says will instantly create, organize domestic jobs opportunities above Nigeria population at all times and solve all Nigeria's linking scattered economy problem, whether inherited or not. Okay, I don't understand that. Tell us, Emmanuel says about Sandra on this one. I don't think you are correct. I didn't vote for Tinubu. In fact, I detest him before the election, but Tinubu is on track. On track to be. On track, he called. George Como says it seems the structure Baba built, such as EFCC, is used by this government to make Nigeria a one-party state. Within Jagaban develop, Buhari tried the Petroleum Act. Keith Kazak says the part of Obasanjo that is not Yoruba seems to carry an intense hatred for Tinubu. It is unfair to display such a double standard within any family. During Awolowo's election, while Obasanjo was the head of state, he showed his disdain for Yoruba people. When Abiola was incarcerated, he did not stand for justice, and now he is repeating the same behavior towards Tinubu. He even called Buhari to cancel the election. Adibade replied and said, I don't understand Obasanjo at all, even in our community where he lives. No impact at all, not to talk of Ogun State as a whole. It is very unfortunate to have him as a Yoruba, but I still doubt his heritage anyway. You are doubting it. So where do you think he came from? Oladele Wasi says, please let Baba talk now. Baba have forgotten that everybody knows the time of tenure. This president, Tinubu, have done a lot of progress in 2 years. I beg, where the progress? I beg me now show us now. People should be telling us this progress. What was the progress? In 2 years and 8 years of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. You don't know what you are saying. You don't know what you are saying. Peter says OBJ is no match to Tinubu in administration, not in any way by history or statistics. OBJ can't for once understand the system Tinubu is applying. You should explain to us now. Even when he was governor, OBJ as the president was just expressing egoism, not administration. Tinubu is more economist, futuristic builder. Now so, yeah. Aya Kombi says, OBJ has the enviable record of castigating every government after his own, including calling his VP a thief. I guess he's the only clean man in Nigeria. This man thinks we forget easily. Under his watch, infrastructural decay. Not a single was finished by OBJ. Even the road to his hometown from Lagos was terrible. So much political murder, mostly from his party, including his high-profile minister, who was gruesomely murdered and nothing happened. OBJ policies of do or die, including bribery. It is well. Efanga says, my guy said it all. And as it is, QED. Atonda says there is no reason for OBJ to give assessment to a regime that hasn't reached its regular term or midway. Was that the way OBJ was assessed? Let the regime breathe. Okay, Aruna says, Baba, but which efficiency are you claiming? During your tenure as president, if you have forgotten, Nigerians have not. It was under your watch that humongous amount of money to the tune of $16 billion was stolen in the name of fixing Nigeria's electricity, which you woefully failed to fix. Not only that, a whole minister of power was murdered in cold blood just to silence him. That's the most scandalous thing your government has done. And to add insult to injury, you plotted the totem agenda. Yeah, it is well. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.